Hey fam, welcome to another episode. I trust you guys are good. This is an additional for Revs That Count. Now, as you may know, that yours truly started off a YouTube channel, and if it wasn't for you, it wouldn't be flying. So I've got a few questions that I was asked, and I made a video, and I was thanking everyone for their support and everything. And someone was asking, how did I start? And I keep on getting these questions, so I decided to take you guys on it, and I've got some questions in my inbox and I'm going to answer them to the best of my abilities. Now, this is not going to be a long video, but like, share, subscribe, and it's going to help us as we watch the cars and everything. Please understand that this is there to encourage you. I'm super humbled that this is happening. Anyway, question number 1 says, what inspired you to start Revs That Count, and why now? Yes, what inspired me? So I was watching YouTube, and this is at a time where cool calm clear minds, it really wasn't flying, because we started off as the main podcast and it was dealing with mental health, then moved on to Calm Clear Minds with Game On podcast and all that to try and get a niche. And the reason why was I'm trying to be as consistent as much as I can, but obviously you want something back from the stuff that you're putting in or the work that you're putting in. And I didn't feel like Revs That Calm Clear Minds was giving me that. Hence, I was like, okay, let me just move on to something that is a little bit more challenging. And I've got the camera confidence, I've got the equipment and all that. So what's next? I can't do pranks. I can't do silly stuff. So whatever that I'm going to do has to have some sort of like a background where someone else can watch it and find inspiration. So why now was because it was at a time where I then spoke to God and said, Lord, help me find something else that is going to be making me be in front of the camera and speak on the microphone and still feel good. So that's why Revs That Count started. And it's been amazing. I think that's all I can say, that Revs That Count came at a point where I needed something that was going to excite me, and it is exciting to drive new cars, to walk into dealerships, the fear of the unknown. I've got no qualification whatsoever in journalism or in the motoring industry. It is just God that is leading me, honestly speaking. Question number 2. Was there a specific moment or experience that pushed you to take the leap? Yes. Calm Clear Minds took 3 years for it to get to a point where it is now, and it's still chilling on 1,390 subscribers. And Aaron said this to me when he says, when you started this, bro, I know that most of those subscribers are at the back end of what happened with Calm Clear Minds. All the experience, all the effort that you've put in, the consistency that you've put in, that's why, boom, Revs That Count is flying the way it is. I mean, Revs That Count is 6 weeks old and we're already sitting on 1.3 on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and it's flying and it's God. And I just knock onto doors, and I'm going to give you advice at the end of this video, so watch it all the way. And I'm going to give you advice as to how best you can put your scripts through and what is it that you're going to say when you get to the dealership, and the equipment that you need. You need fancy equipment, guys, like big cameras. Like the camera I'm recording from now is very, very big, and the microphones are super expensive, so you need to invest at least 100,000. Otherwise, it's not going to work. I'm joking. Yeah. Question number 3. What challenges did you face in the early stages? So many. First of all, the guys that are already in this space, they are quiet. I sent out a message to one of them. She's a YouTuber, and I was like, can you please give me pointers as to what do I do, how do I do it? And she never responded. And it just made me realize that when people have made it, they are also busy. Because right now, I've had some people ask me these questions, and for me to then sit down, I haven't had time to actually sit down and go through these questions. So I felt offended at first, but realized that people are busy, because the motoring industry, there's so much content going on, because cars are coming on a daily basis, and there's still so much things that I also need to achieve with this channel. I haven't grown that much, so I understand. So the challenge there was You speak to them.
Hello,
and
folks,
you
and
ask,
welcome
and
to
no one
another
responds.
episode of
So
Revs That Count.
that's a
We're
bit of
back with another
tough one.
episode,
Also,
and
you
more than
walk into a
anything, I'm
dealership and
super
they tell you,
excited
"I will get
because
back to you."
1,000
You know, when they
subscribers
say,
in
okay,
4
can I
weeks.
have your number? Then I'll get back to you. I just want to speak to my dealer principal, or I want to speak to our marketing directors and whatnot. Then we'll get back to you. Just know that, nah. Move on. Next one. Question number 4. What has been the biggest lesson since launching the channel? Growth takes time, but my biggest lesson is to stay patient, because you don't know when the big break is going to come. At some point 3 years ago, I did not know that I was going to have a channel that was going to rush to 1,000 subscribers in 5 weeks, 6 weeks, or to even say road to 5,000 subscribers, because it's always been road to 1,000 or 100 subscribers, or to even get a video that gets 500 views and you're thinking, oh yeah, I've made it. So that's been the biggest one, is stay patient and keep crafting. So that's the biggest lesson that I've learned from this, that when the time is right, the Lord will make it happen, and God is making it happen. So patience, patience, patience. Number 5, how do you define success for Revs That Count? It's not just all about the views and the subscribers for me, but rather the fact that they say when you've got 50 subscribers, then that's people that you know. 100 subscribers is people that you know and people that know them, that want to support you. Anything after that, that means your craft has got something. There's relevance in what you're doing. And to me, that's been the standout, that if I say I've succeeded, it's me starting something from scratch, and I'm sitting in this room and I'm just going through my ChatGPT and trying to get as much information about that car, to waking up and you get given a car over your 500 subscribers in, and a company or a dealership feels they can trust you enough to give you a car to go home with, and they don't know where you stay. There's no proof of residence, there's no clearance checks or police clearance. What if I wanted to steal the car? You understand? But not saying that that's going to happen, but just to know that there's someone out there that believes that what I'm doing is right. That to me is success, and I can only give credit to God, because every room that I have walked in has been led and guided by. Number 7, what keeps you motivated on hard days? I think it's the why. Why did I start the channel? I started the channel because I want to speak about cars. I want to make life easier for the person that is buying the car, and we did the MG HS Lux, and we got our first buyer. I didn't even tell my wife that we got the buyer, and she's fetching the car on Sunday. So tomorrow I'm going to get my referral. So baby, we're gonna be rich, laugh. Hey, money flowing in. But no, be serious. But rather to say, why did you start? I started because I want cricket moms or sports moms to have a car that they can fit the bags and still have the luxury and the performance that they need in the car, and the safety as well. So that why to me keeps on bugging me. Like you said, you're gonna do it. Even if I don't have content, I walk into a dealership or out, but for the most part, God has been leading me to every dealership that I need to be in. And when I force to be in a dealership that I don't have to be in, I get rejected and it hurts. Then I go back to God and like, oh, but yeah, God did say, God don't. So that to me has been my why. And we carry on. Question number 8. If Revs That Count could stand for something beyond cars, what would it be? It would be passion, patience, and perseverance. Trusting God in every process and making sure that whatever that you are doing, understand that you do not lean on your own understanding, but you lean on God. That's what Revs That Count would stand for. Number 9. How do you see the channel evolving in the next few years? I would love to bring more voices. Actually, I want the team to expand. Right now, as it stands, it's just me and Tapelo doing the content, and I do the narration. And Jason sometimes at a part time is the one that does photos. And I want the channel to grow in the sense that you have a woman that speaks about cars, you have a young kid that speaks about cars. So I want a bigger studio, a bigger channel for Revs That Count as a company. If we can employ 20 people that are going to make sure that we've got 5 or 6 videos coming through, and the list is endless, but rather to have someone or people that are going to come and say they are employed by Revs That Count, the company, not by Tats. That's the bigger picture, and I'm seeing that happening very, very soon. I think by next year we said we are reaching 50,000 subscribers, and the other year is going to be 100,000 subscribers. So the sky is the limit, and for us to be in a position where one is in Cape Town, the other one is in Durban, the other one is in PE, I'm in Joburg, or one is in Dubai and whatnot, and we all bring in content into the channel. That to me, like what Sean does on Think Media, that's my bigger picture of Revs That Count. Lastly, what message would you leave for your audience and anyone thinking of starting something new? Start scared. Start when you don't know anything. Sean Kernel always used to say, you don't have to wait for your fancy camera. I'm still using my iPhone 12 for the editing, for the posting process, and for the recording. Everything that I do, I use my iPhone 12. And one of the parents did, what's the word? Sponsor us with a gimbal. So we've got a mobile gimbal, a DJI, and very soon we're going to get a drone. Then we've got our own tripod. And we're still doing, give us a 700D camera as well, but I think it's a bit outdated, but the camera lenses are still perfect. So when we get a camera, we know that we're going to be sorted. Or when we get a new phone and someone sponsors us with an iPhone 16 Pro Max, that will be great. But start with what you've got. And I still remember I was speaking to one of the boys that said he wants to start a YouTube channel, and I was coaching him. And I'm like, why are you stopping? He's like, no, I'm just waiting for a microphone. And I'm like, but take your iPhone, it's got a camera, it's got an A67, 6700 Sony. And I'm like, but just take that phone and you put it on your mouth and you record with it whilst your camera is recording the car. So don't wait for perfect until you start. The first video that we did with the WildTrack X, I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, yes, it's a bit cringe. But if I had not started then, I wouldn't be where I am. And I know that when I get to video number 30 or number 50, I'm going to be looking at all these videos and I'm thinking, I could have said this better. I could have taken that angle better. I could have done this. I could have done this. So just start. Don't wait for perfect, because perfect never exists. When you want to get into the motor industry, just get in. If you want to go into housing industry and real estate and recording videos, just do it. There is more than enough for us everyone to eat, guys. There is way more than enough. If that was not the case, Pick n Pay and Woolies would never be next to each other. And they've got their own audience, they've got their own customers. You're going to have your own audience. Your why is what's important, not your equipment. From me to you guys, thank you so much for being with us. And as we get to 5,000 subscribers, we'll see you guys and we'll see you guys again. And remember, keep those revs counting, because it's Revs That Count. My name is Tatenda and I'm out.